I was blind, but now I see.
Okay, we're going to do a workshop today that's super important because it has to do with one of your five senses. And we all know that we live in a five-sense reality. Remember, we see with our eyes, that's a sense. We can smell with our nose, okay? We can taste, we can hear, okay? And also feel. So these are senses, and this is our reality, or what I call our radio station, is dictated by how your five senses actually translate what they smell, what they see, what they hear, and all together, all these pieces in one. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the senses because they're super important, okay, in what you would call your enlightenment or your evolution. Because if you have one of your senses that don't work well, and I can just give you a quick example, your nose and your mouth, all your senses work together, but if you put, well, let's just do it this way. If you close your nose, and I don't know if anybody's ever done this experiment before, but you can't taste anything. You need your nose to be able to taste, and that's sort of weird because you can put sugar or you can put acid, you can put dog poop in there and you can't taste the difference, okay, until you open up your nose and then you breathe. Okay, so there are people that actually lose their vision of sight, and what happens to them? Their other senses go ahead and become very, very aroused. Okay, so the idea is that your senses are, as I'm looking around right now, as I hear, okay, and as I smell, okay, these are all pieces of my reality, and how I translate them all together, coalescing, makes me, so I can go ahead and understand where I'm at, what I'm seeing, and what I'm hearing, and you know, the whole piece of remember, the five-sense reality. And five-sense reality is a trap just because, okay, your senses are super limited. You just don't know it, okay? Remember, a dog can really hear, okay, can it? A dog whistle, you can blow the whistle. We can't hear it. Is because our sensor hearing only listens to about 20 cycles per second to 20,000. That's it. That's our range. Okay, so if it's higher than that, we can't hear it. Like Wi-Fi I call it, radio frequencies. Okay, your just your phone. Okay, in your house right now, your portable phone. These are frequencies flying through the air. I can hear them. Okay, my system's really sensitive since I've upgraded my senses. Okay, and it bothers me to be able to be in Wi-Fi. Okay, it bothers me to be able to sort of hear synthetic sounds, okay, that normal people can't hear. And that's why when you become more sensitive to your senses, you'll find out that you'll become more sensitive to your surroundings, which doesn't make a lot of sense. You'll say, why do I want to become more sensitive to my surroundings? Just so you can get out of its way. Okay, so this is where if you take all five of your senses, remember everything's limited. Remember your hearing is very limited, the sound, and there's lots of animals that can hear. An eagle or a hawk can go ahead and see a stop sign a mile away, and we have problems seeing it just 100 yards, okay? There are different types of organisms that can see in the dark. The owl can see in the dark, can it? It can see in the light. Also, wow, those are senses. We can't see in the dark, but some people can. There are lots of people that can't even see that use their own sonar to be able to drive bicycles, if you've ever seen those people. Incredible. They can't see, but they're feeling. Remember, that's the sixth sense. So this is where I'm at right now. I understand, and I've been really practicing to be able to take all five of my senses, okay, and try to blend them together to make them one. And that means you have to clean each sense out. And so what we're going to specifically talk about today, we just talked about all the senses. We know they all work together. We know that if you plug the nose, you can't taste. You know, if you really can't hear, then really, well, how do you hear the car that's going to go ahead and beep the horn and say, get out of my way? Your reality has been skewed. Okay, so today we're going to clean the ear. The ear is one of the most unlooked at organs, okay? It's not just for hearing. Remember, it hears. Okay, and part of your hearing lets you look backwards, or even when someone's staring at you from behind. Okay, you turn around and you go, what are you looking at? And you feel them. Okay, remember, this is also feelings. It's not just hearing. So inside the ear is very, very, just like everything, the eyeball, okay, the sensor organs, okay, the taste organs, everything is super complex. Remember, this machine is unknowable, but I do know how to clean it a little bit to make it so it actually works better. Just like cleaning your car, okay, learning to clean your carpets, or learning how to vacuum your house. How do we clean the middle ear? Now, remember, your senses have a lot to do with your what you'd call, again, translation. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over this real quick, okay, so everybody gets it, because this is a little bit on YouTube too. Okay, the average person sees in their eyes, okay, hears, okay, smells, okay, and senses 200 billion bits of information per second. 200 million, billion, not million, billion bits of information I'm seeing, I'm hearing, I'm smelling, okay? I'm feeling the coldness, the temperature, okay? There's not just feeling things, but I feel the temperature, okay? So it's got all this information come bombarding you, okay? Now, the main reason I'm saying this is because you have so much information here, but you can't translate it. So the average person, okay, can translate, they say, only about 2,000 bits of information in their eyes and ears and sound, okay, out of the 200 billion, 2,000 translation to 200 billion. That's not much, okay? And when you focus, okay, of your translation goes up more. Remember, if I look at you, I only really want to look at you, but I'm really not looking at anything else. But I can if I want to. I can look at you, but I can also look at the peripheral. So it's basically your eyes see a lot more than they see. It's just how much can you grab at the same time. Do you see with a telescope, or do you see more as a landscape? And this is what happens when you increase your senses. Okay, so, okay, the big picture again is, remember, you're trying to make all your senses be as active as they can be, as clean. We're going to show you in other series how to clean the sinuses. These big sinuses are loaded full of bacteria, loaded full of particulates. Remember, that's your smell. Okay, your taste. This is why you use different types of techniques we used to be able to kill the flesh-eating bacteria in your mouth, okay, in your enamel. And this is to clean the sensors in the mouth so you can taste well. Anytime you eat, before you eat, you always take your copper that we gave you guys, okay, your copper tongue scraper, and you scrape off all of the gack, the material that's on your tongue. The sensor is because there's bacteria that came up into your into your throat, it went into your tongue, and the gut flora control a lot of your taste buds, so you want to scrape a lot of that away, especially when you're eating foods that you know are good for you that may not taste the greatest, because what lives inside you, remember, owns your taste buds. Okay, so each of these little layers, and to me, this is one of the most important senses that no one plays with, the sinuses. Okay, and again, how do you fix your eyes? You got to exercise them. People are just staring on pixels in computers all the time. And that's another series we'll go over. You need to exercise these eyes, and you do yoga. How about yoga of the eyes? You need to stretch all these ocular muscles in your eyes. This is the reason why people can't see. Their muscles get tight, just like an old man getting in a chair, sitting in a chair 9 hours a day. Everything gets stiff. And most people just look like this. They're not hunters. They're not looking far to be able to see something, or looking very close. Or maybe whatever they're doing, they're just usually just very static in their look. And so you have to stretch, and we'll go over, like I said, in different videos. You need to stretch all these muscles, just like doing yoga of the eyes. Then this miraculously changes the way your eyes function. So the ear today, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how I clean them, okay? And cleaning your ears is very special. Why? Is because if you only knew, get my little otoscope here. And this is a medical otoscope, and this is how you can look in someone's ear to see what actually lives in this canal, okay, which is the size of California, if you look at the size of this, to a bacteria. Okay, remember, you have hair mites, you have dust mites, you have creatures that like to crawl in caves, okay? What lives in caves? A lot of creatures do. And this is a cave. And this gets plugged up with poop. It gets plugged up. That's why you see a lot of people with wax, and they pull it out and then they smell it and it goes, ooh, that stinks. Okay? So this is what we're going to do, is we're going to clean up the inner ear. And you never, just to let you know, never, ever, ever, never, ever use any type of cotton swabs. Okay? Number one, most cotton swabs, unless they're organic, are what? They're toxic. They got preservatives on them, they have bleaches on them, okay? They're not even real, they're synthetic, okay? So the last thing you want to do is push anything into your ear, ever. No pushing in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, this is, like I said, this is a special device that you put on a little cone like this, and you turn this light on, and you can see how I can look inside someone's ear and see what's in there. And you should be able to just see the eardrum. We'll show pictures of this on the videos, but should be able to see the eardrum. And I've seen thousands of ears, and you wouldn't believe, normal people. And remember, it's slow kill. It's just like gaining weight and 20 pounds over a year. You can't hear? What'd you say? Huh? What? Why are you listening to the TV so loud? Is because why? Maybe you're full of wax. Okay? But why is the wax there? Wax is, remember, protective. Okay? But it's also, remember, the ears. Okay, and this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to break down. You need to break down all this tissue right here. These are auricles. These are made for feeling. This is made for hearing, the hole in there. Look, it's an auricle. This is the auricle of you. If you can't feel with these, then you can't be an auricle. All you can do is hear a bunch of garbage. Okay, you need to feel too. This is your intuition. Remember I told you, you felt the guy looking at you behind you. Well, because you felt them. You felt their energy. Okay, how do you think you feel? You feel through your ears. Okay, these are very special. So we're going to show you how to break up all the different auricles. Remember, the auricle, if you look at it, is shaped like a vortex. It's shaped into the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, it's shaped into sort of like what you'd look into the toilet bowl as it goes down. Okay, and inside, remember, the vibrations go through here, and this is why also all women, we're going to show you how to go ahead. You know how toxic this part of your ear is? Okay, remember, you have acupuncture points on every part of your body. Okay, you have acupressure points on every part of your body. So why don't we just go ahead and actually clean up? Okay, you poked a hole in here. Men and women do this. And then they put stainless steel or they put sterling silver or alternative metals in here. And do you think that's when you feel it? If you've got a hole in your ear, feel it. You'll feel it's got like hard tissue in there. You need to break that up. Okay, so we're going to use a variety of different things for you to be able to get the heavy metals out of there because this is an auricle to you. Do you think that wearing earrings really, okay, does you a favor? Okay, they're nice lures. Okay, they're pretty. Okay, but in the future you want to wear only natural jewelry, only if you can, as a woman. And a man, same thing. And they make a lot of natural jewelry for the ears. So remember, the ear is not just inside the canal. You need this whole area right here. This part of the ear, so I wanted to get into this. The nose and the mouth work together. Well, everything does. But this part of your ear works together with the inside. And that has to do with you hearing. But how about you feeling? Okay? How about you making decisions, better decisions, is because you feel. Okay? How about you hearing subtle sounds like listening, and you can hear the river from here over there, and most people can't hear it because I test people all the time. I said, just be as quiet as you can and tell me what you hear at the very, very far end of what you can hear, because you hear the noise right here, then let that go and go deeper back. You have to let your mind go, and all of a sudden hear the birds. Okay? Can you hear the river? And I even say, can you hear the river? And I have to really think. No. And some people can. But once you clean their ears, no, they don't hear the river. The river's making vibrations. They feel it. It goes through here and it amplifies through there. That's what these are, amplifiers for your hearing. That's why a lot of people wear hearing aids. Okay? These amplify the sounds. And remember, when you get the inner ear that's full. Okay, let me just ask you. When's the last time you cleaned your ears without using, not a Q-tip as they say, because that's just a brand, but just a cotton swab? When's the last time you cleaned your ears thoroughly inside and wiped out all of the microbes inside? And remember, when you do this, you also have to reflourish the microbes inside. You don't just kill them. This is a cave in there. You want to go ahead and bring, just like doing a vaginal douche. You don't just wipe everything out. You have to put bacteria back in. And you can use all the bacteria we're showing you how to make with using that. You can use that on your skin. You can use it on dandruff. You can use it in your ear canal. You can put it in your eye. You can put it in a nasal pot using those microbes and put them in there, and they clean up. Okay, so these are all little pieces that, like I said, you load in the ferments. The ferments, okay, it's the same thing. I use the ferments to heal my wound. Okay, this is when you see the old ancients. They make the flies have maggots there when there's no one. You clean the wound. Maggots eat all the dead flesh. Okay, so. The ears today, what we're going to go over is, I just want to finish one part and then we're going to go into part two. There's some big problems with everybody's senses, and this is why most people don't have any sense. Okay, because if your senses are blocked up, okay, and let's say you smoke, that means your senses, you can't taste anything. It means your wife's cooking's really good. Okay, once you stop smoking, you go, honey, it's really salty. Whoa, it doesn't taste good. Okay, because you couldn't taste before. So once you get all your sensors back, that's when Trevor knows, I can smell everything. Okay, I can really smell. Okay, and then again, you will make better decisions, okay, based on your senses being more subtly activated. Okay, so this makes big sense. So it's like smelling something. Does it smell bad or smell good? If you couldn't smell it, you'd have to try to taste it. If you couldn't taste it, you'd have to guess. So like I said, if you don't have your senses, you can't make any decisions based on that much at all. Now, I wanted to just show you this because this is super important here. Okay, your senses activate your consciousness. They activate your illumination. They activate, remember, the translation. Okay, remember the average person sees only 2,000 bits of information, not just through their eyes, but they feel it, they hear it, they smell it, okay? And your job, my job, is to translate higher amounts of translation so we can see, feel, hear, and understand more. And so my translation, as I can see right now, is about 100,000 bits of information per second, which is really weak still, but at least I see a lot better than what I used to see, which is way back. And it's not a judgment on anybody else's, okay, but you will see the amount of speed limit that someone has or the amount of translation is based on the discretion that they have, is based on the decisions that they will make in the future, is based on the flexibility that their mind has to see truth versus just dogma or programs. Okay, so this is where a lot of people, remember, the average person in the United States, how Trevor knows this, what's the average person's IQ in the United States?
50-ish?
It's 40-ish. It's a lot of very, not simple people, dumbed down. Okay, there's a lot of fluoride, chlorine, chloramines, there's a lot of heavy metals, pesticides, there's a lot of all different types of fake foods, junk foods. I mean, everything you can imagine. So this little experiment I'm just going to show you right now, this is just a parable. Remember, parables are for you to get this. Why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, so let me just go through real quick. What's your first name again? Your first name?
It's Nicholas.
Can I say?
Nicholas.
Nicholas. I call you Nikolai. And you've done 12 days now, dry water fasting, right?
It's my 11th day.
11th day, okay. And miraculous, 11th days without any food. Remember, you don't die, okay? You actually get resurrected by your body. Actually, his senses right now, as you've noticed, this is why I'm just bringing this up, since he hasn't polluted himself, except for the pollution coming out of you and maybe a lot of turbulent emotions because you're losing a lot of stuff, your illumination right now, your senses are heightened. You hear more, see more, you maybe whatever it is. And sometimes to people when they're cleaning themselves up, this is a big reason why they stop doing a lot of cleaning, is because they find out that everything now is way more sensitive than it used to be. They're emotional now. Yeah, that's what happens when you lose. When you lose your toxicity, your vibration goes up, and now all the low vibration stuff that's stuck in your mind, it's not in your body. Body's easy to clean. This is the problem. Then that needs to go ahead and be pushed through exercise. It needs to be pushed through an alternative energy. If not, it will eat on you. Okay, so you got 11 days, beautiful, and that's breaking the bond. 7 days, and Trevor did 14. Okay, anybody that goes over 7 days is a hero. Okay, and then you did how many days? 7. It's a hero. Remember, no one can even do it 1 day and pay him $1,000. Go, are you kidding? 1 day, no food? How many days you did?
I'm on liquids on 12.
Okay, 12. Okay, good. And even though, okay, and this is where everybody's going right now. Remember, your senses are getting more activated. So this is the time right now you want to clean yourself, is when you notice that each, no matter what, it's like cleaning your feet, cleaning your hands, cleaning any part of your body. Have you, like I said, have you cleaned your ears correctly?
Well, not all your techniques, but I did today castor oil and turpentine, and the last couple of days I've been doing peroxide because I've been getting a lot
Okay,
of
no, but listen to you, okay? Look, you're way advanced. That's not traditional.
No.
Okay, so you're non-traditional because why? Because you're becoming your own doctor. And you're experimenting. Look, turpentine, I have turpentine right here. These are all, have to learn how to use everything. Okay, I have EDTA here also. Gotta learn how to use it. Okay, I have sodium chloride here too. Okay, chlorine dioxide. Gotta learn how to use it. Topically, externally, internally. DMSO. Gotta learn how to use it and what type to get. So neem oil. Okay, these are all tools, niacin, that you could use to clean the senses. Remember, the niacin's B3. It throws the lead out. It activates why your face gets all red and everything. Remember, that's why you feel it in your face. And so this is what I was going to say. One of the best things everybody can do, because we're going to show you this protocol. And remember, the way I show it to you is I'm going to show you how I do it. And you're going to have to experiment on yourself. Everybody's ear canal's different. Okay? And not only the ear canal's different, the outside's easy to do. We can do that on anybody. Okay? That's simple. But it's the inside. And we're going to use a special tool. Okay? Remember, we're not using any swabs in there. It's not like you're loading up a cannon trying to shove stuff in, okay? We're going to use solvents and different types of things, not only to disinfect. We're going to gua sha the inside, gouaching the inside of the ear, just like we do all the skin. Okay, we're going to pull out, you wouldn't believe this stuff, but you can't pull it out until you make it so it actually wants to come out. And then we're going to go ahead and actually re-lubricate the inside. Okay, this is very special. You never, it's like you wouldn't clean your skin and not put any coconut oil, silica, or magnesium on. That would be a no-no. You wouldn't clean your skin without putting the minerals inside the alcohol, because that would be a no-no too. So there's little games to each one. Okay, so cleaning the ear, because a lot of people, remember, they're using a lot of old school methods, and it is old school. And if you ever go to the doctor and they ever look at this and you've ever used Q-tips, all they'll say is, if they're a smart doctor, don't ever use Q-tips again, because I can see it looks like it's all crammed up in there. Okay, so now this is just so you can get this parable, then we'll start the workshop. This is a machine that I bought to be able to go ahead and show you how conductivity works. And this is 110, and these are 2 wires, okay? And if I touch these right now, it'll electrocute me. If I put this in my mouth, probably kill me, okay? So if I did, though, since I have salt in me, the light bulb will go on, but it may have gone on too long because it's going to drop out of me. But I'm going to show you, remember, the more light, the more conductive that you can become, parasites will not, there's no fighting parasites. Once you get these little critters not out of you, once you change your vibration up to the light level you need to be, you're protected. This is your game. If not, then you know what? Don't leave your house. Okay? It's streptococcus, staphylococcus, all different types of bacteria and everything. There's billions of pinhead spores in the air. There's feces on everywhere, okay? It's everywhere. So if your immune system, if your light bulb is strong, nothing can go ahead and actually anchor inside you. So this is distilled water right here, okay? And this is just water that we make, distilled water. It's 0.000 parts per million. And if I put these prongs in distilled water, and you'll notice that this light bulb, okay, this has 110 volts, and in order for this light bulb to turn on, and how bright that light bulb, you can zero in on that a little bit too if you want. In order for this to work, you need conductive minerals, and you can see it's not going on, not even a tinge. I can take organic fruit and poke this in, and the light bulb will go on, and non-organic fruit, because there's no conductive minerals, and it won't go on. It'll just start frying. But the light won't go on. If it does, it'll just barely go on. And even if you do have organic food, the light doesn't go on much. You need to add minerals to your diet. The body has been demineralized. The body has been lacking for many years, okay? Certain types of minerals that it needs to gain this light bulb. So I'm going to show you. This is the magnesium chloride, and this is, we add silica to it too, okay? And this is super conductive. Remember, you put this on your skin, you go lay out in the sun, you put this in your water, and you're going to see what it does. You can take regular minerals that you can buy at the store, and they're very expensive. I did a video on this, and I almost got in trouble a little bit, is because you really can't show people that their $80 bottle of vitamins that they're wasting their money with is not going to go ahead and light the light bulb up, and you don't have enough stomach acid to make them so they can turn into ions. These are ions, separate little particles that light up, transfer electricity. But if these were the minerals, let's say, out of your regular vitamins, these are rocks, and the rocks won't transmit energy. Okay, they have to be broke down to minor like dust particles. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put, you can see in this one here, okay, I'm going to add a few drops of the minerals, and you're going to see once I let a little conductivity in here. Just see if I can get a drop to come out. Come on. Oops. Soon as I put those in there, just a little bit, okay, it started the conductivity. That's not a bad light bulb, okay? It's not going to wear out, okay? Mix it around, dilute it. Now, what happens when you put more in? Remember, the more conductive your body can get, it means it'll self-repair itself. You can't repair yourself. You can't repair yourself. You can't repair yourself. Your body repairs itself. If it doesn't have this light, there's no repair. Oh, you think you're that smart? No, the body's smart as long as it's got its light. And this is the reason why you're cleaning your bodies up. This is the reason why you're taking garbage out of your body, okay, to put back in better conductive minerals. This is what you call more translation again. The higher this light goes on, and all of a sudden you're going to have probably new friends. You're going to go ahead and have to maybe change your job. Maybe you're going to have to move because now all of a sudden nothing makes sense anymore because the telescope, when you didn't have a light bulb, was a distractional lifestyle because all of the parasites and everybody that lives in darkness, okay, are ruling your life in the kitchen, in the bathroom, relationships and all this. So once you clean your body out, don't mess it up. Okay, remember, it's your temple. Okay, it's your holy land. And what you're trying to do is get back the light. It's real simple. This is just a parable. But, you know, parables are what make people do things. And will the light get stronger? Give it more. Remember, it's conductive. Okay, it goes brighter and brighter. Okay? So, and it won't wear out. It'll stay there forever because conductive minerals don't wear out. They're in you. You pee them out, you sweat them out. So why are you doing the sun all the time? We're losing minerals. Why are you drinking distilled water? Oh, that's bad for you because it's taking my minerals. No, it's dissolving all the inorganic minerals in your body so you'll make space and get soft so you can put back the right minerals back in your body for conductivity. Inorganic minerals, remember, make you sick. Why? It's because they're non-conductive. And if you don't have light, then you can't have what's called health, wealth, and happiness. And this is just simple. But I wanted you to say, look, if you don't clean your ears out, if you don't actually tune up all your senses, then part of the translation, it's not just the body's the battery. It's the translation of the supercomputer here to make all your senses feel like all of a sudden they can sense better. Okay, if I can smell better, taste better, hear better, see better, and feel better, that means all of a sudden I'm going to be most likely maybe suffering a lot more is because I'm going to have to change my ways. It's because when you see more, you know what you got to do is you got to make changes. If not, you suffer. Okay? And it's just the way it is. So a lot of people think that enlightenment is something as joy, bliss, and happiness. No, enlightenment in the beginning is suffering. It's change. And change is good, but then again, there's a lot of turbulence when you go through change, as you guys are doing right now. Okay, so I could leave that on for the next 20 years. It's not going anywhere. The minerals, remember, do not wear out. And this is why you're taking distilled water in your body. Remember, the distilled water, if you read the literature, it takes calcification, not only out of your kidney, not only out of your pineal gland, not only out of your muscles, out of your intestinal tract, breaking down gallstones, kidney stones. Remember, it's taking inorganic solids and breaking those out. And of course, how are you getting your minerals? You're putting them on your skin. You're putting them back in your body in the correct form. Okay? So anyways, if I added to this arsenic, thallium, stainless steel, insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, fluoride, and all those non-conductive things in there, okay, light bulb goes down. It changes the conductivity. So just you guys just taking garbage out of yourself, just stop eating. That's all you did, okay? And look how hard it is on your mind, but it's really easy to do. It's basic ideas. You stop eating like a dog. You drink the right water. You give yourself some rest, okay? And then all of a sudden it's starting to make sense to clean up your act. And so today's, like I said, mini lecture was just to go ahead and go over a few things. Everybody that does water fasting, intermittent fasting, will go ahead and have massive changes in their life. And if you just change your diet a little bit, you get minimal changes. I'm not saying it's not, but if you want to change it up, you have to dry the body out, you have to release the creatures and the heavy metals, and then of course you have space. Remember, dissolve, wash, and then re-nutrify with the right minerals so you can get more light. Okay, so and I use a lot of different things, as you notice, okay, because you need tools, okay. Radiation meter, this is hidden poison that's everywhere, okay. And everybody needs to go ahead and really find out if you got a lot of radiation in your house. I don't care if it's your counter. A lot of counters from the granite counters have 100 counts per minute coming off the counter, and a woman or a guy standing here next to your reproductive organs, and you wonder why you can't have a child, okay. And there's a lot of different types of hidden booby traps, I call them. So as a doctor or a physician, I like to go ahead and see all the different angles, and it gets confusing because we didn't learn this in school. Okay, and it is. This is a $600 piece of equipment. Is it worth it? Yeah, because every time you fly, you must know that you're being poisoned. Okay? Normal background radiation here is about 18 to 24 in Hawaii. When I go to Los Angeles, it's 40 to 60 because of Fukushima and whatever they got going there, plus all the cars, all the agriculture. There's a lot of radiation in the chemical fertilizers. There's radiation in a lot of stuff you wouldn't believe, okay? It's ionization radiation. It's not like from nuclear plants. It's just secondary radiation from people shooting DU weapons. I don't know if you know about those, okay? DU, depleted uranium, has a 4 billion year half-life, and they use it in the military all over the place. And so when you fly, you know, there's been 2,500, we'll get started in a sec, get me started talking, 2,500 atomic bombs gone off over the last 50 years. And if you haven't seen that, look up time-lapse atomic bombs, YouTube. Boom! And it'll show you all the countries, everybody from Britain to USSR to China to the United States, the champion. Okay, that blew off Adam. Where's all the stuff? Remember, a lot of the stuff has 50-year half-lives, 200-year half-lives, billions of years half-lives. Where does it go? It's in the stratosphere. So every time you fly, if you go up there, we leave here at about 18 to 24 counts, which is normal radiation. Okay, some of the things that are what's called physical radiation, they don't even touch them. It's not in the air. There's different radiation. But when you fly, every time you fly, you have to go do detox. Okay, because your body has just got whacked. Okay, and you want to stay away, okay? Remember, it's 1,000 counts per minute once they get to 36,000 feet. This thing is going off. Boop, 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 boop. It sounds like a bomb. I got to just turn it off and go, "Ooh, I better shut that off before they..." And you're not even supposed to take radiation detectors on the plane. They say you're not supposed to because they told me. I didn't know that. I said, no, it's one of the pieces of tool they don't want because they don't want you testing things. Okay, so anyways, there's radiation in many different areas. Okay, and once, like I said, you start to, like you said, you're sensitive to electromagnetic fields. You're lucky. Get out of their ways.
Yeah.
Okay, so am I. And this is one of the big problems why you change relationships sometimes, is because if no one else feeling you, then all of a sudden you're a weirdo. No, you're just starting to go and feel, and you're in a dysfunctional terrain, and you don't like it. And it's making you bitchy, it's making you nervous, and it's making me not be me. Okay, so this is why I moved to Hawaii for me, because I couldn't stand too much of the city. Okay, so before we get started, we're done here. I'm going to show you how to do mine, okay? Like I said, these protocols are for Earther Academy because I'm going to show you things that I do, and they're not traditional. So the traditional way you can clean your ear out, which is better than nothing, is go to Walgreens and go ahead and use some of this. And remember again, you never use anything in your ear to push it in. This is a bulb to push it out, okay? This does work pretty good. Not bad, okay? But it doesn't get rid of all the bacteria. It doesn't get rid of a lot of the things that crawl into your tissues. Remember, it's not just cleaning your ear. We want to scrape the inside of the ear canal. And wait till you see what comes out of my ear. Okay, let me shut this off. And part 2, okay?
I was blind, but now I see.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.
You don't like me, and I don't blame you. You see a self-defeating, energy-sucking piece of shit who's sponging off your husband. You're wishing I'd blow my brains out, but my existence shouldn't make you this upset. What is it?
That's none of your business.
I wasn't high, wasn't wired, just clear. I knew what I needed to do and how to do it.